So seeing that the new big 3D Mario game featured an entirely new unique set of enemies instead of just the Koopalings again was really refreshing. However, the Broodals ended up being rather uninteresting, unmemorable villains. Like seriously, even if you are a huge Super Mario Odyssey fan, I still think that there is a pretty high likelihood that you don't remember all of these guys' names. I can't even remember all of them. Like one of them is named Rango, I'm pretty sure. I think this guy might be like Larry or something. Doesn't matter. The point is, the Broodals were pretty disappointing as the main villains of Odyssey. And Donkey Kong Bananza's cast of villains is infinitely better. There are only 3 of them, and all of them work for the Void Company, which is an extremely powerful mining company. The most powerful on the entire planet, apparently. With the Broodals, there's not much you can discern from these guys at a cursory glance. You look at them and you're like, yeah, they're just a bunch of rabbits. I don't really know what their personality is just by looking at them. But upon first seeing the Void Company trio, you can immediately discern what their personalities are just from their character designs alone. And this opening cutscene introducing all of them does an extremely good job at getting you acquainted with who they are. First up is the leader of the bunch, Void Kong, who runs the Void Company. Within the first few seconds of this guy opening his mouth, you can immediately discern that he is very belligerent, greedy, self-centered, arrogant, and entitled. To his right is Poppy Kong, who is the brains of the operation, and she handles the business aspect of things. And immediately after being introduced to her, you can tell that she's a lot more calm and collected and reasonable, and tries to get her words through very carefully, in an exact polar opposite manner to that of Void Kong. Before she starts speaking, she clears her throat and says her words very deliberately, but then Void Kong ends up cutting her off, and upon doing so you can see her facial reaction of like, oh, this again? How many times is this utter buffoon gonna cut me off? Just from these characters' facial expressions, you can tell their entire dynamic, and the final of the 3 is Grumpy Kong, who is the brawn of the group and has a passion for construction. Again, you can discern almost his entire character from his appearance alone. You get the impression that Grumpy Kong doesn't really care too much about Voidco as a company. He just likes that it gives him an outlet to build things, and build things he does. Throughout the different layers, you can see different statues that are carved out by him, and in general, this company leaves their mark in every layer. In Mario Odyssey, most people probably just forget the Broodals exist the second they're off the screen. However, Voidco makes sure that its presence is always known. In just about every layer in Bananza, Void Kong's iconography is absolutely everywhere. His branding is all over the place. He's causing ruckuses in like every layer. Void Kong's presence is always felt in Donkey Kong Bananza, even when he's not on the screen. You always get the feeling that he's just 2 steps ahead of you at every turn. Every layer that you're entering for the first time, Void Kong literally just left.